The top 5 copywriting tools I love to use. Hello, I'm Bernadette Schwerdt, and I have helped over 10,000 people become successful freelance copywriters. And I'd like to help you do the same. Now, before I give you the inside scoop on the top 5 tools I love to use, I just want to remind you to head over to copyschool.com, where you can find a whole raft of resources and templates and tips that's going to help you make your journey to becoming a successful freelancer a lot easier. A lot of my students often wonder, how do they find new clients? How do they get in touch with people that they don't know? One of the quickest ways to do it is to use a little service called Rocket Reach. Now, this is a service, it's paid, there's a free trial as well, you can just Google it. And what it does is it enables you to access the email of almost anybody you want to get in touch with. So if you want to get in touch with the marketing manager or the content manager of a particular organization, that is the way to do it. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that spam? Look, I'm not a lawyer, so don't sue me, but I would say just one email that's respectfully written with a little bit of research behind it that showcases what you can do to help them build a business, that's not going to be conceived as spam. So that's where we're talking right now. So Rocket Reach is just a really useful tool to find the email of anyone. You can also use LinkedIn, right? That's a completely free service. You do have to be a first connection, obviously, to get that email address. But if you've got a good size, or actually don't even need a good sized database on LinkedIn, if you've got just a few people you want to get in touch with, you just click on contact info just up near their little about bit. And that opens up a window and it showcases all that person's details. So that is a really useful, quick way to get their email address as well. And from there, you send them a beautiful email. I'll cover this in another session about what that email needs to look like and what it needs to say. But just know that if you just create a little list of people you want to get in touch with, you do some research about their business and how you can help them, and it's respectfully written, and you email, say, 5 people a day over 5 days, that's 25 emails. And then you follow up, say, a week later with each of those, and then you follow up maybe another week after that if you don't hear back. That is going to deliver a result. Now, you don't know what that result might be, but I guarantee you it will deliver a result. And even if it doesn't, you are still building your business. You are still inputting, right? You are controlling the controllables, which is a really important concept. Because if you think that success is only about what you get back, that's actually not accurate. The success is what you put in, and then you keep doing it consistently and you will get a result. Like I said, I don't know what that result will be. I don't even know when it might happen, but you've just got to believe and have faith that if you just keep doing those basics, there will be a good result for you. It's a numbers game. You need to know that as well, that the more emails you send, and I'm just using emails as an example, there's a whole bunch of other ways you can reach out. But the more emails you send, the more respectful follow-up that you do, the more likely you are to get a sale, right? So just know it is a numbers game. The next tool I absolutely love. I've been using it for years, if not decades. I give it to all my students. They print it out. They tell me it is the game changer for them. It's like their Bible. They literally keep it beside their desk, and when they need to write a headline, they refer to it. So what I'm referring to is my top 30 headline formulas, okay? Now, I have to be completely transparent. These are not mine, right? I did not create these particular formulas. They've been tried and tested over the years from like the Mad Men days, the Ogilvies of the world. So just use them in your own way. You have complete permission to do so because they don't really belong to anybody. But I'm going to show you some of the examples I'm talking about, because when you have this, you do not have to come up with your headlines at all. It is done for you. You just insert your little problem that you know exists, and the formula will take care of everything else. Let me show you what this headline formula system looks like. So as you can see with this little handout, there's top 30 formulas, and you can use this in your own way, but you can see that we've got the how-to formula, and then we've got the example there as well, right there. And then we've got number 2, ultimate lists. We've got the ultimate guide. We've got fearmonger, proven results, mistakes, secrets, lessons learned, social proof, testimonial, question, etc. So there's a whole bunch of formulas here that you can just scan and think, oh, what does this client need? What does this product need? And you can play around with that as well and see which ones work best for you, because some do work better than others depending on what you're trying to achieve. So this is a really powerful document that will enable you to write things much more quickly, and do so knowing that you're more likely to get a better result, because these formulas are Like I said, they're tried, they're tested, they're proven. Now, yeah, you can come up with your own. I often have students say, can I make my own? I said, of course you can, right? It's not the army. You can do whatever you like, right? But at the same time, why wouldn't you use these, right? Because they're proven. And if you look at what a lot of the professional marketers do, if you subscribe to them, and you should, you'll see that they use these formulas all the time. The next tool I want to show you is a similar tool in the sense that it's a series of opening statements or Kickstarters. And similarly to the headline formulas, I live and breathe these concepts because the hardest part I think about writing copy is the first line. Yep, the headline's tough, but once you've got that, you then think, okay, what do I do now? You've got this whole white screen or screed that you have to fill. And that first line is always the trickiest. So wouldn't it be great if, which by the way is an opening statement, but wouldn't it be great if you had a list of phrases that you could use to kickstart your piece of copy? So what you're looking at here is a series of one-liners, which I use to kick off my pieces of copy. I can't tell you how much I love these because, as I said, that first line is always the trickiest, but things like it's no secret that, let me just do a deep dive into that for just a second. This is more powerful than it really looks because what this forces you as a copywriter to do is to identify what is the universal truth here that we're trying to discuss. It's no secret that the cost of living is increasing, right? So therefore you've got this sort of general agreement from the reader going, yep, I agree with that as well. What else have they got to say? Yeah, it's no secret that housing is becoming more and more difficult to get for everybody. Yep, that's true. It's no secret that marketing can be overwhelming. Yeah, all of this is true. So what you've done in your first line is you've created this sense of truth between you and the reader. It's called building rapport through words. And also what that one-liner, that little nub or that little problem needs to do is reflect the problem that you're actually talking about in your piece, right? So it can't be completely unconnected to cost of living and then you talk about software or something. So it has to be connected. But it's a really lovely way to hone in on what is this piece about, and you get people's attention very quickly. You've probably noticed that similarly, it gives you a sense of we're all the same, but you've probably noticed that there's a lot of wars going on at the moment. You've probably noticed a lot of upheaval in politics. It could be whatever it might be. The results are in and they're not good. Sales are down. We need to do something about it. It's not every day that you get to meet an amazing celebrity like I did recently. Within 30 days from today, you could be a successful copywriter if you do this and this and so on. So all these lovely one-liners spring forth and give you the opportunity to kickstart your copy really quickly. And also because it's targeted based on the topic you're talking about, it instantly connects with your reader. So to summarize where we're at, we've got Rocket Reach and LinkedIn, great ways to get emails from the people you want to connect with. Number 2 would be the headline formulas document. Number 3 would be the opening statements series of one-liners. And number 4 is word count, right? It's a small tool, but I use it all the time, right? The reason it's important is because as a copywriter, you must adhere to the word count. And this is a super obvious thing, right? But a lot of people don't adhere to it. And it's a real problem because when a client gets that, they're going, didn't we agree on the word count? Or maybe we didn't. That's even worse, right? You've got to agree on the word count. But didn't we agree on the word count? You've gone over, you either haven't heard or you've disregarded it or you just don't think it's important. So for all those reasons, just try and adhere to the word count and make sure you get the word count before you start anyway. So that little tool, word count, I use all the time. So things like when you're doing SEO, and you know that your title tags and description tags need to fit a word count, or your Google ads, word count obviously is critical. There's tons of little tools for that as well that you can access about how to actually input your data, and then it counts up the characters for you. And the 5th one that I really love is Canva. Now, who doesn't love Canva? What a great Australian success story. For those of you who aren't aware, Canva is a design platform. It's democratized graphic design. I'm not a designer. I can't draw a straight line. It's always been a bugbear of mine because I would love to have been able to showcase my words graphically, but I had to hire a graphic designer to do it. And before we've even got the copy approved, that's not something you're going to do. So a great usage of Canva is to actually take your content that you've written, design a little flyer up around it, and then present that to the client. This does so many things which are so valuable. Firstly, it helps you as a copywriter reduce your word count because generally speaking, you'll write too much. And therefore you're spending all this time laboring over it. And then you actually get it into a piece of graphic design. You go, oh, I've got to cut it by 50%. Why did I waste so much time writing all that copy? So by actually getting into a graphic design format early, you can go, oh, I don't need to write as much. In fact, what you can do is look at a piece of a template, like a graphic design template of a flyer or whatever it is that you're doing, and actually do the word count first and then work backwards and think, okay, I've only got 80 words that I've got to play with. So get your template, look at what it is, do the word count, think, okay, that's my word count, that's what you've got to play with. And then you input it into Canva. So that firstly helps you write more quickly and not overwrite. Number two, it helps you identify the hierarchy of your copy. So you've got your headline, your subheadline, you've got your image, you've got your body copy, the testimonial, social proof, call to action, offer, like 7 steps. There's 7 elements in any piece of copy. You don't need to use all 7, but generally you'll use at least 5 of them. And it helps you identify, okay, the headline has to be big, and then the subheadline is a bit smaller, and then the image is about the same size, but then the body copy is smaller than that. And so it just shapes it for you. And the next reason Canva is fantastic is because when you present it to the client, it looks so much better than just words on a page. You don't have to explain, oh, this is a headline, this is about 60-point font, and this is going to be an image that looks like this. It's all there, right? You can actually do it yourself and showcase it to the client, and they're going, this is amazing. This looks so much better than what I thought it was going to be, and we can actually go to print with this already. And therefore, you could actually charge for your design skills as well. So you're just upping the order value, but that's another story. So Canva is so powerful because it does all these things for you, and it is literally free. Now you can do a paid version and a pro version, and you get a lot more access to designs and things, but for the novice, don't bother about paying yet. Just use the free service there, and it will truly revolutionize the way your copy looks. And in addition to all this, if you want to create your own portfolio, you can use Canva. For example, with the assignments that you might do with me, if we were working together in one of my courses, you can take that content, you can put it into Canva, and instantly you've got a piece of portfolio content that you can use to promote yourself. So critically, you do not need to be paid in order to publish a piece of work or present it in your portfolio. It could be speculative work. You can make it for your own business. You can do it for a friend's business. You can do it for a make-believe business. Another nice thing to do is take a big company, because they won't really care, and look at some bad ads that they've maybe written and screenshot that, and then do a new version of that in Canva and make it look amazing. And when you present that in your portfolio, the client can go, wow, what a massive improvement on that. Okay, yeah, it's Coke or Nike or whoever it might be. They don't really care who it is. All they can see is your ability and your initiative, that you've taken the effort to go and make those 2 pieces come alive. That's my final tool in the kit. There's lots of other tools, but these are the 5 that I love and have made a real difference in my copywriting career. Head to copyschool.com, where you can discover a whole bunch of resources and tips and templates like this, so that you can get your copywriting career off to a great start. Happy writing.